Hey there. Welcome to day 11 of 21 Days of Presence. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, today is an 11 day, and 11 is a powerful number because it speaks to building something new. It's the new part of the cycle where a 1 and a 1 come together and make 2. So this is like the basic building blocks of life, and 11 has an energy of like a portal or an entryway. So today I wanted to talk about the aspect we're feeling strongly right now moving into, which is the sun in square to Jupiter. And the sun is our identity, and it's in Pisces, and Jupiter is in its home sign of Sagittarius. So we're looking at this new identity that's necessary. You know, a lot of the energy that's been happening around the last 10 years of astrology is about trying to move into this new energy, into this new chapter, you know, the end of the Mayan calendar, and where are we going? What are we doing? And so there's this kind of feeling that our world is going to be changing. Right? We know that there's technologies out there that haven't quite been disclosed to us. We know that there's a lot of truths that haven't been disclosed to us. And we are not seeing the changes in our everyday manifested reality that reflect the changes that have happened on the energetic plane. And so that's coming. That's happening. That's part of the 2020 astrology. It's breaking down the structures of our world that are no longer vibrating with us. And so this sun square Jupiter is telling us that we, in the midst of this, Mercury retrograde in Pisces, and Pluto coming up on that south node, and the sun in Pisces is saying, hey, what is our spiritual identity? It's like we need a new spiritual identity before we can build this new world, before we can get back on track with our quest, before we can grab a hold of the bigger picture, right? And it's this energy of coming out of delusions around who we think we are. So this is kind of what we're going to focus on in the meditation today. Kind of letting go of all, because Pisces has this energy of delusion, of disillusion and delusion, but disillusion, right? It's like the end of the zodiac. It's a death process. It's a breaking down. It's going deep into the primordial waters and a reset energy. And so we are being asked to have this spiritual reset around our identity. And what that requires is that we let go of all of the stories of who we were that we've been clinging to as if they're our true identity, but they're just stories we experienced. They don't actually define us. They might add to our story, but it's not really who we are, you know? And so this energy of, because this is a tension square between the sun and Jupiter. So there's energy of tension around this completion of the quest energy of coming back into your spiritual destiny that may have been thwarted over many lifetimes and frustration around that. But where have we bought into this as part of our identity? Is like, well, it always happens like that. We'll never win. You know, what's the point? You know, and these are the types of feelings that people have been battling with, you know, especially light worker souls over these last couple of years really strongly. And that's all tied into the ego death that is required of us to let go of these old stories and stop letting them define us. And so to do that, we can do an exercise around our identity and let go of everything that we say. You know, so we are consciousness first, right? So that's kind of the I am. It's the I, and am is the existence, right? And that's what we all are. We all share that. Then we add all these labels to it, right? I am a woman. I am a teacher. I am a mother, right? So, and those are our kind of things that we cling to as our identity. But for an exercise, it's really great to just put all this down of who you have identified as, and just be in the I am for a moment. This is the opportunity here with this tension energy of the sun square Jupiter is to take an opportunity to go to this corner and evaluate, what are you carrying as part of your story that has now become your identity, right? So maybe this is like, well, it never works out for me, right? There's forces working against me. I can never succeed. There's always something in the way. And, these are the, patterns that we've gotten. It's like ruts, we've gotten into over lifetimes. And it's really great opportunity to just kind of lift all of that off and check out what it is like, reset our identity to the I am presence and to the consciousness that is really, really who we are. And then all the other stuff is just experiences. And so let's go ahead and take a minute to feel the energy of this 11 day and take a few deep breaths. And it's kind of interesting, this 11 day, it's about, we're, just halfway through our 21 days of presence right now. And we are kind of being beckoned into this portal, into this hallway, into some sort of journeying pattern, like, just kind of, it just feels like it's like we're being funneled into an energetic vortex. And that's a lot of, that fits the energy of 11. 11 is like a doorway to a new concept of reality. In this case, the new concept of reality, what that we're opening up to is the beautiful quintessential ideal of the sun in Pisces, which is a true spiritual identity, that we are the cosmos itself manifested in consciousness. And that is the truth more than any of these labels and stories that we've played out. When we can get back to that truth, we get a very different perspective on our life. And that's kind of what's being asked of us right now in order to get back on that quest and get back on your journey and get back on your destiny path on this spiritual evolution. So let's go ahead and just feel this energy. It does feel like there's this vortex, there's a quickening, there's this a beckoning to move into this new energy. And yet we're kind of standing there at the edge, and maybe that's partly what's going on for people, is coming up to this place of ego death that's required to step through into the new energies. And then there's this feeling when you go through these times of ego death and personality rearranging, there is these moments where you feel like you're absolutely nothing. Like, you don't know who you are. You don't know up from down. You feel like you're on free fall. You have no direction in your life. Everything you thought you were doing is just makes no sense at all, right? This is when our new, partly this happens when pieces of ourselves are trying to land home. And partly it happens as we go through these transitionary times. But this is a really good place to be. You're actually an I am presence there, and you're allowing that process to happen. So let's go ahead and take a moment right here, right now. Take a few deep breaths. And I'm seeing again this beautiful star. It represents the activating I am soul spirit essence in the heart. And what color is your star today? And I'm seeing actually this doorway, like the 11, and the star is like in the doorway, right? And we're not quite to the doorway yet, but we can feel this resonance with our heart. And so approaching this doorway, this gateway into these new energies, go ahead and notice any foreign energies in your field, any emotional energies or psychic energies of other people. And go ahead and just imagine you can take these off and leave them behind. They're going to get burned up by the star energy anyway, and burned off and just kind of transmuted. But just pay attention, just take a minute and notice, what are you carrying around? Who do you think of right now? And who's thinking of you? Okay. This is energies of other people that are in your field. And so just go ahead and drop those aside. And like we talked about, kind of this visualization of being all bundled up and coming to this sacred space that's warm, and you don't need all these layers, okay? And the layers represent the energies of other people, the problems we're worrying about, the problems of the world. Maybe we've got ancestral energies in our space and family energies, and we're going to just leave this all behind at the edge of this gate as we move into this star energy. And we're going to, all of this will be here when we get back, but we're just going to go ahead and just, as an exercise, step into this star. Let this star represent the truth of you as consciousness. And when you're in that place of oneness and identity with that I am consciousness, with the pure consciousness that you are, all of this other stuff falls away. So we're going to just take a few minutes and be there. So just leaving behind anything that is not who you are, really. Okay. And then sinking into Mother Earth, just reaffirming your connection through your root chakra, just allowing yourself to relax and release. And go ahead from the outside, of this doorway, take a look at this star and just see what you see in this star. What colors are there? What shape? What does it look like? What does it feel like? This is like a concentrated energy that may be expressed in your aura as your energy. What does it look like to you? Is there any messages there about this true essence of who you are and the way that it wants to shine in this world? Just take an objective view and really look at this star. And notice that this star does not have any identity beyond the star. It is not a man or a woman. It's not a role in life. It's not a letters after your name. It's not your job or your position in society. It just is. And it's beautiful. And go ahead and drop all of these other concerns and worries and energies, outside people and concerns, and just step right into that star. Just step into this room. It's like this beautiful room where you can be just directly in union with this star that you are. And then feel yourself moving closer and closer. And then the star's in your heart, and the glow from the star is around your body. And just take a few deep breaths, enjoying this lightness of being in your heart, this connection with this pure consciousness. This is who you are first and foremost. The labels and definitions of who you are change day by day. And of course, lifetime by lifetime. But there's some part of you that does not change. And this is this pure consciousness. It's always accessible to you. It represents peace and joy and a bigger perspective. This is your true spiritual identity. And just go ahead and step into that energy completely, so that now the star is your energetic auric field around you, 360 degrees. And just kind of paint a picture or trace along the edge of this star and delineate this sacred space of your consciousness. And how beautiful it is for you to give yourself these moments of union with your consciousness without all those other stories and distractions. Resetting your true identity, taking a few deep breaths, feeling the glow of your star expand and contract with your breath. And go ahead and receive an energetic wave to reset all of your bodies and your physical body to this vibration of peace and oneness, wholeness in the moment, deep trust in this experience, because that's what you find when you commune with this place of pure presence. And just enjoy. Notice that in this place, there's nothing you need. And everything is perfect, just for this moment. This is the wider, bigger truth of what we're made of. Wider, bigger truth of the energy and the consciousness of our origin. And just enjoying this union, this peace, this still point with the star that you are, resetting your spiritual identity to pure consciousness, making you less and less attached to the stories and the patterns of your everyday life. Seeing yourself move through life with this peace and grace. Always remembering who you really are. And go ahead and just keep this peace, this presence, this beautiful glowing star with you. Remember, it's always here. And can bring it into your daily life. Your own bubble. Your own universe. Set at the vibration of the I Am presence. Just floating through life. Go ahead and bring that into your everyday life. Also staying here in this presence as long as you would like. And when you're ready, go ahead and complete your meditation. Well, thank you so much for joining me for day 11 of 21 Days of Presence. So great to have you here. And what a cool energy. I felt such a shift in the art collective of our group, the energy, as we moved into that star consciousness. And it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute, hold on, reset. You know, we get so caught in the mundane stories that we're just trapped in, we keep playing out. And it's really great when you can just kind of step out of all that and be like, wait, who am I again? Okay, all right. So really beautiful moment with you here today. And I look forward to tomorrow, day 12. And also tomorrow evening in my time zone, I'm going to be doing a question and answer. So submit your questions. You can, there's a link. It's on my YouTube channel, the link to the question and answer pre-scheduled live event, and on the comments you can leave your questions there. I'd love to have your questions ahead of time so that I can just do a presentation of answering questions, then we'll get into interacting on the chat after that. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at that 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time now, tomorrow the 12th. And I'll also see you for 21 Days of Presence tomorrow. And also keep in mind the Equinox Soul Group Session, Group Intuitive event that's happening on the 20th. And information to sign up for that is in the box below. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.